unusual contestant, but not our youngest ever. One time we had a 7-year-old girl pulled out of the hat, and she did a really phenomenal job in Kingston, Ontario.
You got an easel for you, or a paper run?
I think Xavier's going to do a great job.
Xavier's going to do a great job. All right, let's find out who's painting in our second round. Tanya.
Oh, by the way, thanks for our dancers, Dean and you two over there, just killing the dance floor. Thank you to all you, of course, DJ Chirac, give it up, doing a great job tonight. Keeping the tunes flowing. So let's get into it. To our second round of the evening, 6 fantastic painters ready to rock and roll around the Christmas tree. Have a happy holiday. Okay, easel number 1. Folks joining us from Rochester, New York, illustrative and emotive artist, give it up for Shani Hill! Up next at easel number 2. He's a self-taught Nigerian artist creating from a place of passion. Please make some noise for Soromo Okoro! At easel number 3, a high school art teacher who is known for her refined animal portraits. Please make some noise for Ashley
At easel number 4, capturing the human experience with saturated, vibrant colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Celia Pecconi. And at easel number 5, trained in realism, this artist loves to break the rules of traditional technique. Let's put our hands together in a warm welcome for Olga Kolod. And our bravest painter of the evening, with only 2 minutes to prepare. Let's show how much we appreciate Xavier!
He's ready.
Alright, he's ready. We are going to count down from 5. We'll get to 1. We're all on the screen. Let's paint. Okay, let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play!
Round number 2 of Art Battle in Toronto has officially begun. We have 20 minutes on the clock, 6 artists up at the easels, and they are off to a flying start already. I think that this is Olga Kolod, and Olga has quite a lot of paint going on in the canvas right now. My name is Morgan Booth, and I am here with Peter Purdy, and this is Art Battle Toronto.
Yeah, already off to a blazing start. I'm loving the wild card here, Xavier. Possibly a portrait.
I love that he's so young and had the bravery to put his name in the hat for the wild card. Just gotta love that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And was it Picasso who said it takes a lifetime to paint like a child?
I feel like I've heard that, definitely.
Yeah.
So here we are with Soromo Okoro, and a fun fact about this round is actually all of the artists that are up at the easels right now are brand new to Art Battle. So everybody that you're watching in this round is doing it for the very first time, which doesn't happen all that often and is really exciting, especially in Toronto.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what they do. They certainly are attacking the canvases. Nobody seems to be shying away from color.
Yeah, we've got lots of color going on from Ashley Gilkey right now. Ashley is actually a high school art teacher who signed up for Art Battle. Her application was so great, so we invited her right away, and she was like, "Oh my God, I take it back." But we're like, "No, too late. You're gonna paint."
Oh, that's awesome. Love it.
So good. This is Celia Petconi, and I'm loving. This is very abstract right now to me so far, but I feel like we're getting a skin tone. So maybe we're gonna head into portrait area. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with this kind of like Indian yellow going in, beautiful warm tones, and blue hair.
I love a blue hair. I love blue hair.
Me too.
Back with Olga Kolod, and Olga is an artist who's been training at the Realist Academy in Toronto, I believe. And in her application, she was talking about how you have to learn all of these rules of painting so that you can break them. So I've been really excited to see her work.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we're getting a landscape here. A horizon line, perhaps a road.
I feel like a good expression of atmosphere going already with the kind of concentration of this sky, and then we have all of this darker area surrounding it.
Mm-hmm. What do they call that in photography? A vignette?
Yes.
All right.
Vignette.
And yeah, very moody. I love it.
And this pop of yellow is really doing it for me too. I like the way that yellow is playing against the kind of turquoisey color that we have, and then just that little hit of red. So definitely I agree with you in the landscape vein, but not sure where we're gonna go with it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Xavier, our wild card artist, very bravely stepping up to the easel. And potentially, I'm thinking maybe this could be a moth.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Some
You can
careful color choices.
Or a dog with floppy ears.
So Shawnee here is actually a visiting artist. She's from Rochester, New York, and made the trip specifically to join us in Art Battle Toronto. So really, really stoked. And pretty cool that as a first-time art battler, she's traveling to compete. I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I guess Ottawa is kind of in the middle of nowhere. We don't get many people that'll travel to our shows, but she certainly has skills. I'm loving those lips already.
Yeah, I always really enjoy when a portrait has that dark upper lip and you really understand that the lip is creating that shadow.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think that it will have 4 eyes. I think just playing with the oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Ooh, definitely getting very character driven here with Saromo. Loving the big exaggerated features. This chin is
Yeah.
so cool.
And an eye patch.
Yeah, an eye patch going on. Perhaps we have our a pirate with a super sharp sideburn there.
That's cool.
I'm enjoying
yeah, I like this
watching
guy.
it. Yeah, I'm enjoying watching him paint too. It's a very fun character that he's going with, but definitely still doing a very painterly approach.
Yeah, absolutely.
So back with Ashley here, and definitely no fear of color over here.
Yeah, I'm loving that warm gradient in the middle.
Yeah, very clean, and the way that yellow is bouncing off of the turquoise is really, really nice. But yeah, very, very clean gradient. And the addition of this black is providing that pop of contrast.
Hmm.
So typically, in Ashley's Instagram and her application, there was a lot of animal portraits. So interesting to see her going somewhere completely different. Because to me, this is feeling very abstract. Do you think that we're going to go into figurative territory at all?
No, I think you're right. I think she's going to keep it abstract.
Lots
Oh,
happen with
skull.
Celia. This is fun.
Skull with glasses.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's like an Elvis skull situation.
Brilliant. Love it.
I always enjoy it just that little bit more when artists bring some fun and humor into their paintings.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I find the collectors do as well. Like they tend to do really well on sale.
Yeah,
When
as an audience member, it makes you feel kind of included when there's a little bit of fun or whimsy or any kind of like joking element in a painting. You feel drawn to it because you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, like often I find that's an area that I struggle with in my painting is that it's kind of missing that kind of little, that little tongue-in-cheek moment that kind of gives you a giggle.
Yeah, I know what
Um,
you mean. Artists, we can tend to be a serious breed. But speaking of seriousness, this landscape is seriously coming together.
yeah.
And our wild card, Xavier here. I feel like we're going into bunny territory.
Yeah, I agree. Those ears.
It's almost giving a little bit Donnie Darko, and I mean that in the best
Yeah,
way.
yeah. No, I'm getting like Francis Bacon. I'm loving it again.
Yeah, this kid's got chops.
Yeah.
And we can see that he's very carefully mixing his tones as well. Um, and we've even got one of the ears bending over and kind of folding over on itself. This approach from Shawnee is really beautiful, with these very subtle variations in color and this really light application. With all of this wash, and now she's kind of adding some white over top of it, and it's feeling very buttery.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I hope she keeps his softness.
Me too. I'm really enjoying that. And there's a rosiness that she's been able to achieve in the cheeks.
Hmm.
So 10 minutes remaining. We have 10 minutes left on the clock. 10 minutes have elapsed. These artists are halfway through their round, and voting is now open at artbattle.com/AB2362. The top two artists from this round and the top two artists from round number 1 will be moving forward into a 4-artist finals. So make sure that you get your votes in. Lots of rapid brushwork happening over here with Soromo.
Yeah, I'm digging this kind of commando looking character. The beret and
Yeah.
cigar.
It's so fun. And he's just really bringing it all together with this contrast, adding that black in there. I always think that that's such a good strategy in art battle, is to do a strong background color, because it just, no matter where you are in your painting, if you throw your background in there, and get it all established, it can make the whole piece seem so much more finished.
Yeah.
Even if you run out of
agree.
time, if you have your whole background done, everything else looks so much more done.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at this.
Cool.
That is cool.
Very cool. Ashley, we did not anticipate this. It is awesome. This is so strange and dope.
Yeah. It is not the direction I thought it was going in, that's for sure.
No, I thought we were going like rainbow peace sign.
Yeah.
But we're
But
going
yeah, beautiful graphic line work going in now.
yeah, I
I'm
love
impressed.
the way that she's hatching. And it's so cool, the split apart skull. You can now really, really tell that Ashley has put a lot of thought into exactly how she was going to build that painting.
Yeah.
Back with Celia and our awesome rockabilly skull portrait here. The glasses really giving it some attitude.
Yeah. Adding some highlights now to the hair.
Yeah,
Really
good
giving it some volume.
Yeah, good time management, I think, from Celia here too. Adding in these highlights at this point after basically everything else has been established.
It's neat,
And
two skulls side by side.
oh yeah, that's right. They are side by side. It's funny how the art battle wheel turns sometimes.
It's true. Oh, maybe some brake lights, or it's figures maybe.
I agree. I think that that it's going to be brake lights on a car, and that red hit that we were wondering about earlier looks like it's a part of this sunset scene. And I'm enjoying how saturated certain elements are, and then how desaturated the rest of the landscape is. That's cool.
Yeah. It's got kind of a wet feel to it. Like where like after it rains, when you see the reflection of the lights off the road.
Yeah, totally. And now we've got this darkness happening.
And a little tree coming into the foreground. Just we're up on a hill looking down.
Yeah, very interesting use of perspective there from Olga. This piece is coming together. I think that Xavier just read Animal Farm in school.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because of the shadow, but it even has it looks like a lacy element up top now.
Yeah, like a crown or something. And
Yeah.
then, is this a hot air balloon? Potentially?
Oh,
Whatever the secondary element is, I think it's going to add to this narrative that we've got going from Xavier. So 5 minutes remaining on the clock. Absolutely loving this portrait. The double eyes is a cool element to be incorporated, and but I think my favorite part is this little septum ring that's giving so much attitude to this character.
yeah, absolutely. There's definite emotion being conveyed here.
And it's interesting because it feels like a sad emotion, but we have these really warm colors. So the way that we're perceiving this is influenced by that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our angry, berate, cigar smoking character over here. Oh, look at this! I'm so happy that we're catching this moment. So he's establishing the smoke coming off of the cigar just with the palette knife.
Yeah, I love palette knives. They scare the heck out of me.
Same. Yeah, I feel
I,
like
I love watching them being used.
yeah, absolutely. There's really a sense of control that you have to let go of when you're using a knife. You really have to celebrate a little bit of the spontaneity of the medium that you're working in. And so I always really enjoy watching artists using the knives.
Yeah.
This piece has come together so nicely.
Yeah, this piece should be the next Art Battle t-shirt, just saying.
Right? It's so cool. Whoever the buyer who gets this tonight is probably going to get this tattooed.
Yeah. Right?
This is definitely giving a lot of tattoo culture kind of influence to me.
Yeah, I agree. Which is one of the greatest things that I love about Art Battle is that, it pulls in influences from everywhere, from fine art to outsider work, street art, tattooing.
Yeah, so many different elements kind of coming together, and this piece has come together in a very unexpected way, and I think that that's going to be a strong point for Ashley in terms of the audience loves to be surprised.
Yeah, there's definitely some showmanship.
Yeah, and shout out to any of Ashley's students that might potentially be watching tonight. 2 minutes left on the clock. Look at how Celia is putting in this yellow here. Her red is still wet enough that it's blending together in this really soft way.
Oh, little support.
That's so sweet. And Xavier's friend has an awesome sweater also.
Yeah.
I want someone to hold my hand while I do Art Battle.
Well, he's too young to hold a beer in the other hand. So.
Yeah, good job to Xavier for stepping up as our wildcard artist.
Absolutely.
And I think both
1
of us
minute left. I wish he'd go in with a background color, like just to wash something around that to fill it out a bit more.
Yellow, maybe. I love the way that she's using yellow to highlight, but in such a toned down way. I think we're so used to in Art Battle seeing high level of saturated white highlights, and for her to be kind of toning them down and mixing them into the paint on the canvas is something I'm really enjoying.
Yeah, I agree. It's so easy to get caught up in, the colors on your palette and trying to have that extreme contrast all the time. And sometimes subtlety is just so beautiful.
And I think it's really working for this portrait as well. And an element that I'm enjoying too is the freckles. Oh, here's our countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down.
What a round! What a round! That, of course, was the easy part of the night. It's the hard part. They gotta vote. And which one of these paintings do you like the best tonight? Which one of these painters do you want to see paint one more time in our third and final and extended timed round? Get your votes in, then get your bids in. You can take each of these paintings home tonight. They're up for sale at auction. You at home, of course, can buy one of these paintings as well, so get those bids in.
All right, we got a few minutes to vote. We're going to get this changed over to the third round as soon as we can because we've got 30 minutes on the clock for the final. So get your votes in soon. and we will announce who's going through to the final round. One note for our wild card, Xavier, we will need an email address that we can send money to in the case that this painting sells, okay? So please come to the stage and give us some contact information. Thank you. Time to vote.